understands that issues aren't black and white. And yes, progress requires compromise, even when you're right. And she knows that none of us are perfect, not even our presidents. But that we should try to conduct ourselves with basic honesty and decency and big-heartedness. Because that's what our moms and dads taught us. And they were onto something. They understood that sometimes what life's about is pretty simple. It's like, how do you treat people? Are you useful? Are you kind? Are you generous? Do you treat people with respect? She understands that. And Hillary will continue the progress that we've made. And she'll need allies like Deborah Ross. Because it's not enough just to stick Hillary with a Republican Congress the way they're behaving right now. I wish they were behaving differently. I've tried. I've reached out to them. They didn't work with me when I took office, even when we were trying to save folks' jobs and prevent depression. Even when they control the Senate and the House, they have trouble passing their own stuff. And so they just resort constantly to gridlock and obstruction and threats to shut down the government and wreck the economy if they don't get their way. That's not how democracy works. That's not what your parents taught you. We teach even our little kids in the sandbox will share and cooperate and don't hit each other. And right now, because a lot of them think that Trump will lose, they're already promising even more unprecedented dysfunction in Washington, which is pretty hard to do. They're promising years of investigations, years of hearings, more shutdowns, more obstruction. I'm not making this up. It is all, take a look. This is what they're saying. More repeal votes. Some are saying they won't appoint a ninth Supreme Court justice at all. Deborah's opponent, Senator Byrd, just said that if Hillary wins, he'll do everything he can to block all Supreme Court nominations. Now keep in mind that the reason they said they would not have a hearing or vote for my Supreme Court nomination, bucking all of American history, was because we thought the American people should decide the next Supreme Court justice. Now they're saying, well, if they don't decide the way we want them to decide, maybe we won't even do that. 11 years ago, Richard Burr said a Supreme Court without 9 justices would not work. Well, what changed? What, only Republican presidents get to nominate judges? Is that in the Constitution? I used to teach constitutional law. I've never seen that provision. You've got some Republicans in Congress who are already suggesting they will impeach Hillary. She hasn't even been elected yet. It doesn't matter what evidence, they'll find something. That's what they're saying already. How does our democracy function like that? Look, nobody likes gridlock, but I want to be clear about something. Gridlock is not some mysterious fog that just kind of descends on Washington. It's not like some apparition that shows up. It's not like a monster movie. Gridlock's coming. That's not how it works. Gridlock is not happening because both sides, Democrats and Republicans, are being equally unreasonable. I mean, I know it's hard to view me as objective here, but I'm about to leave, so I'm just letting you know the truth. Wait, hold on, still got some business to do. Gridlock is what happens when Republican politicians, like Richard Burr, decide not based on the merits, not based on what's good for their constituents, but based on political calculation,